All right, hi everybody. Most of you have met at some point. I would hope, all right? How's everybody? We're going to kind of go over really quickly, just a quick kind of explanation of setting up the classroom when you get in there. For those of you who have taught before, it's a little bit different. Probably looking at this and hoping that it's going to work better than what we had done before, right?
We do a lot of amp systems last year.
We tried for the electric guitar players, we tried several different setups. First one, just great idea, just didn't work. The lamps, just didn't work. Last year we started using the snake cable system. Some people liked it, some people hated it. I tried to make it as smooth and easy to set up and kind of reliable as possible. I'm just going to quickly kind of show that. Well, actually, let me go over really quick before that. When you're setting up a classroom, when you get into a classroom, you need to get the chairs aligned, get everybody kind of ready for how you're going to set up. And that's going to vary. It's always going to be different. Some classrooms, we have a huge space. You've got tons of chairs. You've got everything you would need. Other classrooms are, desks set up, and you kind of just have to leave them, set the way it is. That's one thing that's really important too when you're going into the class, is knowing you've got to always be respectful of their classroom, the teachers' classrooms. Most teachers are always going to be really, willing to let you use anything you need. Occasionally, you're going to get ones that don't want you to look at their markers. So you got to just kind of, and that's not an exaggeration. That's literally true. So you've got to kind of take that into consideration and always just be really, really respectful of that and make sure that you kind of just leave everything exactly how you found it. So if you got a room like that where there's just desks, you can't really mess with them, or you can maybe put a few together and that's about it. You'll want to get those configured however you're allowed to or however you're available to. And then we have, we're going to be using little easels, which I'll probably mess up in the process of setting it up. We have a little easel that they can put their books on. Should be good to have at least 2, probably 3 students per book. So you can just have those set up. You can get that done right before class. That's a good thing to have kids help you out with. They love to help you, anything you're doing. So when they start coming into the class, you can just have, usually you'll find like you'll have 1 or 2 kind of assistants that just nominate themselves to be your assistant. So you just give them those tasks. They love to do it. They they help. They enjoy the helping. It makes it easier for you to get everything rolling.
Those are good for we got a couple different setups for books, because that's kind of always been an issue, and it's not feasible to take music stands, carry a whole bunch of music stands into. So that's a good situation with the easel. If you've got desks or you've got tables where you can put that up and prop it up. You can also put it a chair, like you've got 2 chairs here and then the other one faced backwards to that. That's for setup. We also have the... Yeah,
these right here, this model is not really going to work as well, but we're going to hang these for classrooms where, say, you just set up rows of chairs, either rows or like a half circle, semicircle, however you do it. Basically, we'll have these little, again, not this exact one, but you'll hang these on the back of the chairs so that you can put books right on there.
You'd have to put 2.
Yeah, you have to put 2 of them to hold the book on.
We're still looking for the right model, so if anyone sees one somewhere.
Yes, if you see one that's just looks perfect to hold a book on the back, and let us know, because we're trying to figure out.
And obviously this will vary too for guitar players, or you're not going to do the same thing if you're teaching keyboard or violin.
Exactly. And the thing is, every class you go to is probably going to be a unique setup. So we've tossed around different ideas for kind of one solution to all of the different possible scenarios. There really isn't one that's going to work for every single class. So we're going to have in your kits, you'll have a few different things you can use. You have easels, you'll have the over-the-chair things, possibly large books as well. I'm a big computer nerd, so eventually, sometime down the road, we might have some projector stuff going on. We'll kind of see how that works. Some classrooms actually have that available, so we're trying to work out how that'll go. But you basically get in the class, set the seats up, get everything organized, have the students set up easels or whatever it is that you're using in that particular classroom. Get everything ready for that. Tune your own instrument first. Piano teachers, you're lucky you don't have to tune anything. You don't know how nice that is, actually. It's really, really nice. So you still have to set everything up, but you don't have to tune. Teachers, you want to tune your own guitar first. As far as using tuners, it's really best to try to tune by ear if you can, but we're going to have some recommended tuners that we can, you know, that you can use. It's really kind of essential to have something that can actually either mount on the body of the guitar or at least pick up the resonance from the instrument directly, because a lot of the little tuners that have the built-in contact mics, that they just go haywire because there's 8 million guitars and kids talking and everything. And if you look at the dial, it's just going to go like that the whole time, so it's kind of useless. But if you can't tune by ear, we're going to go over some of that today to kind of help you, and I'll work with you on trying to help do that, you know, throughout the year. It really just takes practice, just working at it and working at it, and that's the fastest way to do it. Tuning students for guitars and violins in particular is one of the most challenging parts of the class. Getting that done quickly because it's really distracting. There's kids coming in at different rates. You may get a couple to trickle in and 10 of them at a time, and they're excited. You know, they just got dismissed from school. We've got the lovely announcements going on right at the beginning there, so that's always fun to try to tune with that going. So there's a lot of distractions, so you really have to focus, and it is best to do it by ear, but if you're going to use a tuner, then we can kind of go over that and figure out the best solution on that. Really, the model is going to be really important on what you use there. You want to start tuning, if you can, as soon as kids start coming in. Because you're going to want to get to class early and get set up. As soon as they come in, first thing you should try to do is tune their guitar or the violin, so that we can knock as many of them out as quickly as possible before the whole herd comes in, basically. Now, because this year we're going to be using a teacher and an assistant in every class, you're going to want to split that up between yourself and the assistant. You want to try to get everybody tuned in the first 5 minutes. And I know that's really hard to do. So with 2 people doing it, it can happen faster. And if you don't have everybody tuned up, if it's a large class, you just want to have the assistant take that over after the first 5 minutes. Let them finish up the last few students as you take and roll, things like that, to kind of get that taken care of. Also, when you're tuning, there's no reason to tune it like to the cent. You don't want to tune it so perfect that, you know, it's just a beautiful, amazing sound, because the first thing the kid's going to do is go, oh, cool, and just turn everything, you know, especially on the first couple days. You can tune it perfect, and, you know, they're just instantly going to mess with it and throw it way out of tune right away. So don't be too neurotic about that. I made that mistake. Sit there and you know, forever. It's a waste of time. You want to get it close, get it accurate, but not neurotic. Let's see. You also want to get your roster ready. Get whatever class materials you've got for that. There's handouts for that day. Get them ready. Your rosters are going to be, there's going to be a few kind of different scenarios for that. Does anybody have like any kind of a smartphone with internet capability? iPhones, Blackberries, anything like that? If you've got that, you can actually just do the roll right on that, so that you don't have to do any paperwork with it. It's really easy to do. We'll be going over it later. If not, you'll just have a printed roster. Bring that to class, fill that out in class, and then at home, we'll be going online. I'll show you in a second. There'll be an online roster that you'll be filling out. It's pretty easy to do. It takes 15 seconds, 20 seconds to do, so it's pretty quick. And that's kind of the overall setup for the initial first few minutes.
Most of the flyers and handouts and everything, even for concerts and, you know, when we have family home concert, all the different things, they're going to be generic, and all the information will be on the website. So you'll have all the flyers that you need at the beginning of the year, at least up through December. You'll just get it all. So you don't have to worry about printing it. You don't have to worry about us getting it to you. You just have it all. For the concerts, it's just going to be a generic one that says, we have a concert coming up. We're real excited. Check out the website. And then everything will be posted on the website. It'll also have the phone number to here, so if they don't have internet access, they can call here. We have a lot of confusion with concert times, and because they all happen at the same time, and trying to get everything straight and the information. So we figured the easiest way to do that, so you have what you need to give out all the time. You just have the generic stuff in your folders, ready to go. whenever you need it. The late notices, all that kind of stuff will all just be generic. You just pull out the appropriate slip, hand it out, and that's it. So you'll have all that ready to go.